Okay, welcome back. This is week one, baby.
Week one, we are so back. This has been the hardest I think we've ever worked to get an episode out. Last year, we would have definitely quit by Wednesday.
Last year we would have not done the episode.
Grit and grind and everything nice is in there right now. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this because you're gonna be on the back end of Frankie. So I'm gonna be like Stephen A. Smith, like, can I get my point in? Can I get my point in?
Get your
So
point in.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick recap of week 0. We're going to do some week 1 picks, and then Frankie's going to tell you a bunch of tales about moving in New York City, which is a literal hellscape. Like, I don't know why he does it. I don't.
I'm excited to look at the analytics after this episode and see the viewership drop off after like the 15-minute mark.
I'd feel so huge if it did. I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep listening. As soon as I sign up, I'm going to keep stopping on like 6 devices because that's all I have is my own pleasure in this world. Let's do the quick week 0 recap, and then Frankie, on next Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to do a mega pod. I want to do half picks, half guys being dudes. I have some topics I want to get off my chest.
You want to get a mega pod in next week?
Mega pod, maybe a guest even. I don't know. We'll see.
We need to have a guest.
Next week's where we're going to do it. But let's go through week 0 last week. Frankie Dimes, Ohio plus 3.5.
That come on.
As soon as Rourke got hurt, it was over. So that
has an asterisk.
That's, you know what? Unfortunately, we got to count it. So, and then New Mexico State -7.
I'll wear that one.
I'll
wear that one.
So Frankie Dimes currently sitting down 2 units, but you know what? minor step back for a major comeback. Last week, honestly, I got just as lucky the other way to cash these. Actually, no, I was a great pick. I'm a billionaire. All right, over 44.5 Navy winner. Ohio under, that flew under, and then Vandy -6.5, which squeaked in. So they don't. They just asked how much, not how in this business. So we're looking pretty good. So 2 units, that was a plus 123. So on the year, the syndicate's still up money, but
there we go.
We're still up. We're still up about, so that for me, we're just looking at about like 2.5 units, Frank. So about a half unit, which is nothing to sneeze at. If your unit is $1 million, you buy a nice house these days. Think about that. Just saying.
That's right. If your unit is $1 million, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, and congrats on beating that 7 point whatever interest rate. So Frankie, you're on the tee box. I want you to get.
You won last week, so you're first.
Okay, beautiful. What a gentleman. All right, so I think we're gonna have some that overlap, but I'm gonna start.
We got some overlap.
I'm gonna start out with a 1 unit play though, which is Bama the second half over 19.5 points.
Where did you find that?
In the deep dark player prop section of DraftKings, but it's -105. All you need to do is get 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, and 2 field goals, and you're good on that. You got to understand it's a quarterback competition in Bama. They want to get ready. They got to put there's no stepping off the brakes. I love the quarterback competitions for the second half because usually the scoring drops off. It's going to get a little bit. So even if the starters come in, wax them, you're still going to get the backups playing for a roster spot, playing for that Texas game. So give me Bama over 19.5 second half. And that's a 1 unit play. That's kind of a weird play, but I think it's going to hit pretty easily. I really like that one.
Yeah. I like that, Yinzer. As will be discussed in the latter half of the show.
Yeah.
I haven't had internet capabilities for a couple days, so I haven't been able to necessarily line shop and find second half team total over lines. But I have gotten some picks in this week that I really like. Yinzer and I are aligned on a couple things, so I'm going to wait till he unveils that.
Yeah.
But my first one that I want to drop, I am waiting with bated breath for noon to kick off so I can watch TCU pummel Colorado. Give me -20.5. I cannot get enough of just Colorado getting killed.
You don't love this cowboy. You don't love Deion's cowboy hat.
No, and to be honest, I don't like the fact Kendall Briles is still employed, but he does call a good offense.
He does.
So TCU gonna light it up still.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And that's for 1 unit.
That is 1 unit.
Let me just do this. All plays are 1 unit. Let's note it otherwise.
If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER or Hope NY if you're in New York.
Just call me instead. I'll talk you out of it. I'm like, you're fine. You're fine. Your wife will be there when you get home. I swear. All right.
I'm going.
Yeah, you're fine. This is the next one I'm doing. I'm doing Penn State, West Virginia under 51. These clock rules are insane.
Yep.
Offenses take between 7 and 10 less plays. A game in the 50s is almost like a game in like the high 50s, low 60s right now. We're seeing even teams that score a ton fly under.
Yep.
So I don't think Western's going to move the ball. Penn State's probably going to be the best defense they face. Penn State is still a run-heavy team, so even if they score a lot on West Virginia, 35, 40 points against West Virginia is going to be pretty much almost every possession they're scoring 7. I think West Virginia's going to come out a little hyped up, so I don't think it's going to be Penn State running away with it. But at 51, I really like that, and that's a one-unit play. I don't know what to do with my Mountaineers. I'm going to hope they win. I don't love the 20.5. I think I'd lean West Virginia if I had to play it, but I think this is going to be a 31-14, 31-10 type of game, 34-10 maybe. It'll be close, but I like the under for one unit. I just think West Virginia's not going to be able to move the ball against this defense.
This is a syndicate. This is a certified syndicate classic right here. Mm-hmm. I'm also on that under, Yinzer, for the same reasons. I actually, here's how much of a weirdo I am. I went back and I watched Troy play at LSU in Death Valley because I wanted to see how is Neil Brown going to call games in this environment when he's unranked, on the road, tough environment, not a great team, and he's keeping the ball on the ground. Now with these new rules, man,
yeah, I think that's the same thing. They've been talking, all the announcements been talking about what offenses will benefit it, and it is the very conservative, run-heavy offense.
Yes.
And that is, you think a typical 6-7 Neil Brown draft could be 9 or 10 minutes, and every second adds up when you're looking for those unders.
Every Neil Brown game is 24-17 or 24-21.
That's 100% right. And the counterpoint this could be, West Virginia turns it all over, Penn State quick scores, of course, but that's any game. For right now, I'm taking the under. Frankie's on it too. I love when we ride together, but I'm going to my next pick. These alt parlays. If you're on my Pickett account, let me plug the Pickett account. These alt parlays.
My Pickett account also.
Are we running? I've been 4-0 on these alt parlays already. I'm just crushing them. And so I got another one, which is Florida State +7. So FSU +7 with Duke +17.5. And this one comes out to around +120. So I'm going to do
plus money.
Yeah, +120, one unit play. So I really like that one. FSU +7. I think FSU wins outright. I'll probably sprinkle that money line. And then Duke +17.5. I think they keep it close against Clemson, but one unit play at +120. I really like that. Plus, gives something to watch Sunday and Monday as those games drag on.
How many picks do you have? How many more do you have?
4. I got one more.
Oh shoot. Okay, I gotta think about what I know what the last one is going to be, so I won't use that one now. Here's one I do like. Is the under 43 and Iowa and Utah State. Show me where Utah State scores.
They might not. And
guess what? And Iowa brought in Cade McNamara. For those that haven't had their ear to the ground in college football, let me fill you in. He's injured right now. He's dealing with injuries. So game one, I know it's in Brian Ferentz' new contract, the offensive coordinator at Iowa. Brian Ferentz' new contract where he has to score 25 points a game. But I think they could score 28 it could be like 28-3 and they'd still be fine. Go Cade McNamara out. Iowa still has an awesome defense. Let's go Hawkeyes. Under 43 in that one.
One unit. All right. How many plays do you got?
2.
All right. Give me your next one, and then I think we're reunited on the last one.
UTSA winning at Houston. That's a money line pick.
I was looking at that one, and that's about like plus 105, 108.
I think I got it like -110, honestly, because it flipped.
All right, cool.
But regular odds. I will say this: the new Houston uniforms did almost break me.
Yeah,
they did. I was almost. This is bad.
The Oilers, right? They got the Oilers.
Yeah,
they're pretty tough. Yeah. They're pretty
tough.
All
right. So this next one is a 2-unit bomb for me. But Yinzer, go ahead.
All right, and you're just purely fading Dana every chance you get.
Well, no, I genuinely believe that UTSA is the better team.
Yeah. The next one is actually, as Frankie was alluding to, this is our favorite play of the weekend, and it's Western Kentucky -11.5. One of the best passing offenses in the country against one of the worst, maybe the worst passing defense in the country. I think they were 123 out of 125 last year.
Jesus.
In pass defense. This line is not bought in right. I think if you took Western Kentucky and put it as a Power 5 team against this, that spread would be in the 17-18. So I think you're buying the dip on this G5 team. Western Kentucky is going to throw it all over the yard. I think this is a 3-4 score game. but 11.5 below 2 touchdowns. So we'll take that all day. That's my 2-unit play, and it's Frankie's 2-unit play too. Frankie,
2-unit bomb.
That's a 2-unit bomb. So
I actually got a lot on Western Kentucky this weekend, man.
If you look at my Pickett account, you'll see I think I have like a $1,200 hedging on Saturday afternoon alone. So
it's ridiculous.
I love that it shows you. It's like you've risked this much, and like that's insanity. But
follow me also on the Pickett account. We're getting hot on the U.S. Open, boys. It's tennis time in New York.
And what's nice about this Pickett account, which is on the plug on the Instagram, it's also on our personal ones. You can see off pod plays. So if we're playing like last night, Thursday night plays were on there, Friday night plays be on there, Monday night plays be on there. So and you can see non-college football ones. So Frankie's been hot with baseball. I've been pretty hot with some MMA this summer. So if you're looking to just pick up some spare picks, it's a great way to see it without
Yinzer, let me ask you this: for those that think like we do this for fun or we do this for jokes or like they think that we may dare to say be not good. How many units are you up? How many units does it say in your Pickett account?
I think, let me check it. I don't want to lie to the folks. I don't want to lie.
Don't lie.
Let me see it. We're live right now. I think last time I checked, and this is all verifiable picks. These are all linked to your sportsbook, so there's no shenanigans allowed. I am up all time oh God, 80.7 units. It's right there in the green.
And I know people can't see my phone, but this is documented. You can see it on my Pickett account all time. And I even think they didn't even include some older picks.
Yeah.
I am up 87.9 units.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, we're up. We're just crushing it. And you can see the return. You can see our unit. You can see the dollars. Like I'm actually up just like all time on this. I'm up $1,618, and that's just off some of these verifiable picks. So like I said, you can see the green means money, green means go. So like I said, you can see these. What's funny is I'm 197, 265 and 5, and I'm still up $1,600 because we hit bombs, we hit big plays. So
I'm 383 and 623.
So even if you're small,
dude, the craziest thing is I only have 13 pushes.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
But must be taking a lot of half points.
That's right. And what's nice is, like I said, even if you're a $5, $10, $20 better, you can still make some big profit with these numbers. You've seen the unit size are crazy. So we're not asking you to, bet $300, $400 to try to make some money back. We're not doing these minus 200, minus 300 plays to just, bust our units up. But I'm going to do a quick recap and I'm going to send it back to you. Frankie's got some really good moving stories. I'm going to have a moving story. My movers are already canceled on me. So we're going to see where. We'll get into it next week.
So that can you come on the men's summit now?
No, I still have to hire movers. Just the ones I had already here.
Oh, okay.
That's not like, well, I guess I just don't live anywhere anymore. Just tell my girl, I'm like, hey, by the way, looks like this didn't work out. I'm going to go drink in a parking lot.
We're going to go to East Carolina next weekend.
I can't wait for that recap, but I'm going to do the Frankie Dimes recap. TCU minus 20.5, 1 unit. Penn State under 51. That is a syndicate parlay. So we both have that 1 unit. Under 43, Iowa 1 unit. UTSA money line 1 unit. And Western Kentucky minus 11.5, 2 unit play for Frankie. 2 unit play for me. So we're linked up on 2, which we love. And we're thinking, we don't talk about these picks before. It's more just, hey, what are you thinking? So we don't have, there's no echo chamber in there. The Yinzer plays alone. He has Bama over 19.5, second half, 1 unit. I'll be shocked if that doesn't come and if they don't score 20 points in the second half. Saban's been riding them all year about how they need to come up with it.
I think they crush Middle Tennessee. I think they crush Middle Tennessee.
I think this is a statement game as much as it can be against Middle Tennessee, where Bama shows you, we can still play. And
Tommy Rees is going to get chewed out on the sideline.
100%. That's what I mean. They're going to be. This is pedal to the metal for them. And Rees has something to show. All these guys have something to prove. And an angry Alabama is usually one that just layers on the points.
Yikes.
FSU plus 7, Duke plus 17.5, 120 parlay 1 unit. That's an alt spread. I think FSU wins straight up. And actually, I'm going to throw like $20 on Duke money line. Why not? We'll see what happens.
Okay, a little sprinkle.
It's just a little bit. I don't. Money you'll never see again. I'll make you.
So before you go, because I know you're busy. That would be if you had to give like a money line underdog. That's your money line underdog.
Duke would be it. I would either do Duke. Florida State doesn't count because it's so close to the number. I think Florida State wins, but Duke or Wyoming. I kind of like Wyoming.
Ooh, Wyoming.
So but I would go Duke. If I had to do a money line play, it's Duke. I think that's enough. I think there's enough meat on that bone to get a winner.
Okay, I like it.
I think Duke's bringing back 17, 18 starters. Clemson, have they figured out the offense? I don't know. If Clemson comes out slow, then we'll see.
We will see.
Any money line plays for the folks?
I have I have a couple of, like, hold your nose underdogs. I don't necessarily have, like, a money line bomb. I tell you, here's an interesting one. You're going to call me a real sicko, and I'm
Yeah.
not lying to you. Is Akron
Okay.
at Temple? They're
Okay.
10-point underdogs. You could get them at like almost plus the like plus 290 something.
That's good enough
Um,
for me.
Temple is basically a MAC team to me.
Yeah.
I don't have any money on this because I'm not sold on it. But like,
Yeah.
if I did, like, I really like what DJ Irons has the ability to do at Akron. He's a dual threat guy. But this is Joe Moorhead's second year with the program. He's highly touted as a quality coach. You got to think that's got to rub off somewhere.
I might throw a tenner on there.
I'm not afraid of it.
I might
Well,
throw a,
Akron,
I
zip
might
them up.
throw a sawbuck on it. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to send this back to you, get everyone some horrible moving tips, and then Tuesday we're doing a megapod. We're going to have some catch up from the summer, some guys being dudes. I have some stories. I have a lot of gambling stories that I need to unload, and I'm going to have some huge winners and a recap. But Dime's, good to see you. Hopefully you have some electricity soon. You're living in the third world country, but
I'm laying on the ground on a mattress right now. I want you to know. That's what my setup is.
If only you were born a girl, you could have just quit this podcast game, open up an OF, and retire at 24. So, all right, brother.
Bye.
See you, man.
Okay, that'll do it from Yinzer. If you've noticed, the audio quality is not great. This makes 2 weeks in a row where my cords are not in, and now I don't have Wi-Fi. I just don't have it. So Yinzer had to set up a Zoom meeting, record it himself, send me the file for me to finally like get the internet in my house, and then send out all the stuff tonight. So that's why the podcast is coming out later on Friday. But thank you guys for listening. I'm greatly appreciative of it. Moving apartments is not easy, especially in New York City. I was fortunate enough to have the nice Latin men in my building that were renovating my apartment as I was moving out, saw that I was moving out, and just offered to carry all my stuff down. And before I said no, they had my couch and my bed already in the moving van. So I bought them lunch as a thank you. But those guys said, the one guy literally said, I asked him like where he was from. I was like, "De donde eres?" I asked him. I was like, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm from Mexico. I was born to work hard. I have like tough skin." That's what he said to me. And I felt like a big softy because my arms are built like linguine. That was issue number one. Issue number two is coming into my new apartment up 5 flights of stairs and not having any electricity or internet. And so last night I put on my Instagram story, if you follow me, that I was sleeping my bed on the ground in the darkness. And people were like, "How come you put an extra barrier by the door? How come you're acting like this?" Because I was scared. Okay, I grew up with a religious father, and I have all this religious trauma about demons and spirits and such. And so I take precautions by putting my dresser in front of my bedroom door that doesn't have a lock on it. And another thing, why doesn't it not have a lock on it? Either way, moving is just flat out absurd. Now where I live in New York is like right by a hospital. Bad news, ambulance all the time. Ambulance going up and down all the time. Good news, might find my wife. There's no better uniform than a set of scrubs. Truthfully. Yinzer might think fireman. Yinzer, I think he likes firemen. He might think that's better. But scrubs? A chick who lives in scrubs? Nothing wrong with that. That being said, where I was from in West Virginia, there's a decent amount of morbidly obese people that can only wear scrubs. And I don't think they work in the medical field. But if they actually work in the medical field, that's hot. I like a good set of scrubs. Something about it. Looks refined. Intelligence. I'm excited to hear what Yinzer is going to talk about. As we talked about at the very end of the episode, how he is moving, but his movers canceled on him. I don't know what that's about. I guess we'll all have to find out next week because I even don't know. I'm just genuinely excited. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. Tomorrow's week 1 of college football. It's going to be an incredible day. I have way too many picks. You can follow me on the Pickett app at Frankie Dimes. I think it's at Frankie Dimes NYC or at Frankie Dimes DJNYC. Either way, it's on the Pickett app. and I follow Yinzer. So if you follow Yinzer, you'll also see me, and he also follows me. But this is the best time of the year. This year makes me think of being a kid, and this year makes me think of being in college, and all. It's a great time to reflect. I have so many great memories and bad memories, but mostly great memories of college football. It's truly the best sport around for me. The pageantry, the tradition, I love the fact that it's a state versus a state. Like this is the only sport you get that. Plus the antics, and the coaches are just straight lunatics. I love it. It's the best. I'm happy you guys take time to listen to this, because I don't really promote this stuff. I promote my dumb little jokes and my shows that I do. I really don't promote this show enough, but I just do it because I genuinely love this stuff. And so if you found it by one way or another, thank you. It really means a lot for that you would take time out of the day to listen to Yinzer and I. And this is going to be a great year. And we're taking it all, baby. We coming for it all. DJ YZ, we're coming for it all this year. So with that being said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know you miss the big man just as much as I do. So thank you guys very much. Hope to have you listen all season long. And if you have any interest in coming on the show and maybe being a guest picker for a week, let us know. Hit us up. You know where to find us on Instagram and such. And wish you all the very best for week 1. All right. Let's go, Mountaineers. Let's go drink some beers. See ya.